So this video is going to be on the kill the bird method. Technically it moves the dead spot, but it works wonderful for things like your RCs, your service vehicles, and the special vehicle warehouse vehicles like the Phantom Wedge and the ramp buggy. It's the quickest, easiest way to fix them. And when I say fix, what it's really doing is taking the vehicle that's in that dead slot and it's moving it to one of your empty spaces in one of your garages. If all your garages are full, what it's going to do is actually consume one of your vehicles. So if all your garages are full, I highly recommend making an empty slot for every single dead slot you have. That way you can keep track of where they are. If your garages are not full, I highly recommend filling all of them except for leaving enough empty slots for the amount of dead slots you have so that you can keep track of where they are. Once you know where all your dead slots are, you're going to do what I just did. You're going to log into the character, and then you're going to quit the story, and then you're going to quit the game, and then restart your game. Once you get to this screen, you're going to actually go to story mode, and you're going to load in, and you're going to be going to director mode. To get to director, hold your interaction menu, and go up, A. Now you do need a bird for this. If you don't have a bird, you have to eat peyote plants in story mode until you get one. Do not have a video on that, unfortunately, so go ahead and select your bird. Once you load in with the bird, you're going to want to go to a higher traffic flow area, preferably one of the highways with big trucks. I like to go here at this off-ramp so that I can fly into oncoming traffic. Then you go to your interaction menu and you can teleport there to the waypoint. So you do need to kill yourself once with the bird. And you're going to go for the truck on the second bird. So if you notice, there's no Michael or Trevor or anybody standing in the trailer doorway, which is what you want. So we're on the second bird this time. And what you want to do, you want to line yourself up with one of the trucks. And you're going to hold down on the D-pad, I'm not sure on PlayStation, and you're going to bring up the character selection menu right before the truck. And you're going to select one of the story characters, whoever you were last on. That's going to be the only option you can select. You won't be able to select the other two. And you'll be put on a black screen. And you'll count about 5 seconds on that black screen and you'll accept it. And what you're trying to get is a wasted screen while you're still on the bird. And you're going to need a friend in a different targeting mode to send you an invite while you're on that wasted screen, or you need to join that friend while you're on that wasted screen. And you're going to accept the first alert and deny the second, and you'll be able to go online and you'll be able to fix your dead slots. So, got our bird, we're going to line up with a truck. We're going to hold down on D-pad once we get close. Hover over Franklin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or around about there. And then we accept it. Right, that right there is what you want. Once you see this, or you get the big wasted screen, you want to instantly join your friend. So where it froze, that was me opening my Xbox menu and joining my friend. And now we're just waiting for that alert to pop up. Now, if you do not get the alert to pop up, unfortunately, you do have to try again. Accept the first alert, deny the second. Now you're a bird at the hospital in story mode. You're not in director mode anymore. You can go online, and when you do this, you're going to load online, and none of your vehicles are going to be there except like the Avenger For some reason it shows up, I don't know why. But essentially you're going to repurchase any dead slots you have. If you have dead slots in your vehicle warehouse, you buy those same vehicles that are in those dead slots. If you have a Terrorbyte or an Avenger dead slot, you buy a Terrorbyte or an Avenger. Same with the RC, so on and so forth. This isn't really meant to fix dead slots that are in normal garages with normal cars. So as you can see, it let me buy the RC Bandito. It did not let me buy it before at the beginning of the video. And the RC tank. Now if I were to go run into the facility right now, none of the cars would be there. It'd all be empty. But that's just a waste of time. You can do that on your own time if you'd like and go explore. Be very careful what you do while your game is in this state so you don't accidentally delete stuff that you care about. So, bought our vehicles, went back to story mode. All we're gonna do is go right back online. Alright, now that we've loaded back in, we're actually going to run outside so that we can show you that we now have access to those vehicles when we did not before. Alright, so interaction menu, inventory, remote control, shows them both there, both brand new. That's why the star was there. We're able to use both now. When before we couldn't buy them or use them. So there is a downside to all of this. It is only moving the dead slots. It is not actually fixing them. It is moving them to an empty space, like I said at the beginning of the video, wherever you have one. That's why you want as many empty spaces as you have dead slots, so that you can keep track of where these things are being pushed to. So, if you didn't account for that, like I said at the beginning of the video, you're going to have to go through all of your garages,
what you want,
which as you can see I have 26 of them. That takes a while. So, all of my garages are completely full, except for my arcade. My arcade was not set up, so this is where my dead slots are. After my arcade is set up, I'll be back with you. So, did the scope out. Now if you notice, it shows everything's empty. Go to the wall, everything's empty, empty, empty. Alright, so the way to prove that there's dead slots now is you're going to fill up this building. Just gonna put 10 LRGs in here just to show you. We'll attempt to anyway. Alright, this is where we start to run into problems. It shows they're empty, but it also says not sold. So what that means is there is something in that slot, even though it's invisible with no name. There is a vehicle of some sort in that slot. The game just can't register what it is. The only way to fix such a thing, unfortunately, is to either do the remove leakage job, and pull it out if it's a car, or the Bogdan problem and pull it out if it's something special like a cherno or whatnot. But there's a couple issues with this. Issue one being that in order to pull the car out, you gotta know what car it is in the slot. And if you don't know what car it is in the slot, well then you have to blow up every single vehicle you own. And if you don't blow up every single vehicle you own, there's like 350 car slots on one single character. When you go to do the Kruma Flika job, you're going to be sorting through 300 plus cars, and you're not going to know what car is in that dead slot. So you have no choice but to blow them all up, so you know what's left is in that dead slot. But we know that one of our dead slots is a Terrorbyte. We know another is RC Bandito, and we know a third is RC Tank. I'm not sure what the other two are. For the RCs, I have no idea how to pull them out and get rid of them. If you pull them out, you won't be able to sell them or move them. So you do have to live with those two dead slots. Now with the Terrorbyte, you can go do the Bogdan problem and pull out the second Terrorbyte on the list. And you have to do the Bogdan problem merge and pull out the second Terrorbyte on the list. And it will actually be the one that's in the dead slot, or whatever one is in possibly B2, 3, or 4. If you have multiple, might take you a minute to figure out which one is in that dead slot. But the very first one on the list is your service Terrorbyte. And then from there, if you have something like a Cherno or the Kanjali or RCB, anything of that nature, you have to empty the slot that's in the facility. So if it's a Cherno, you'd have to empty the Cherno slot and then go pull it out of the dead slot with the Bogdan problem. And then you'd be able to drive it into the facility, therefore fixing the original car slot just to gain that one slot back. So, in my personal opinion, I'd rather live with those 3 dead slots, because 3 of them might be fixable. The RCs are not. So I do have to live with the 2 of the 5. But I have my RCs back, and I have my Terrorbyte back for hardly any hassle. This is the easiest way to fix them. I don't think there's going to be any better method. I will have the methods written out for how to pull the dead slotted vehicles from the Kruma job and the Bogdan problem in the description, as well as in the chat. But yeah, that's the problem with dead slots, is they're super hard to track down. And even once you do track them down, they are super hard to fix. So just to show you, this will be the final state of this character. I have access to all of my special service and RCs, but I do have to live with the 5 dead slots.
What you need, boss? Some wheels? I can bring them around. Aight, I'll get back to work. I'm on the clock. What you want? Some wheels? I'll get back to it then. Okay.
Alright, that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe. About 89% of you are not subscribed.